What's up, cats? It's bright out. I'm outside of Venturhaus headquarters. I'm gonna do complete teardown of my camper build that TJ and the team at Venturhaus helped consult on, and he completely figured out this entire rig for the solar panel. Alright, this is a bit of a mess because I got a lot of stuff in the car, but obviously we have a Rhino roof rack. Because this is a compact SUV, I needed some space up top to store things. Got snowboard, camping gear, all that stuff up there. 5.5 foot Renergy 200 watt solar panel. Venturhaus, the homie TJ, helped rig this setup. The reason I got such a huge solar panel, I wanted enough power that I just never had to worry about it. Doing a lot of camping in the summer and the winter in the mountains, I got a lot of electronics. I just like being self-sustaining. And we rigged it up, and it's been on there for 4 or 5 months, 4 months, something like that. It's held up like a champ, and we just have the wires coming down through the gap to the back. And now I'll show you the build from inside out. Everything is non-invasive, or if you will. I didn't have to screw anything or drill anything. Remove the back seats, and everything sits on these, which is where the seat would have sat. And I turned it into sitting on that chair over there. I turned it into a cabinet, so that way all of my important gear is out of the way. Camera, drone, you got your Nintendo Switch when you want to play it while you're camping. And then I have a little bit of storage on the side. And the dope thing about this is it's pretty modular, and it's such a small space that I can rebuild it if I want to. I think I'm going to use bigger, thicker wood next time around for this and build it out, so I'll have more of a shelf on either side. Sitting on the chair over here. So, as you can see, it just sits on that, and then it sits on the lip up front. And then I just throw some stuff on the side. Like, this is my Clix camping chair. This chair is fucking incredible. And then I have storage underneath behind the front seat, front driver's side. Dirty clothes, just some extra water, whatever. I usually keep like camping lights and stuff in the side door pockets. Next, I'll put in the main flooring, I guess you could call it. One piece. So that just fits in right there. Someone's lost their dog. But this, because it's a Subaru, a lot of people will do the Outback conversions. Because you get, I think you get like half a foot more height and a foot more length. I just have always wanted a Subaru Crosstrek, and I'm ridiculous. I make things work. So pushing the front seat forward and then extending this gives me 6 feet in length, and this is where the bed sits. And then I have, now this is my lockbox. I did think about, so then you have your access to everything. As I was building this entire build, obviously there are things that I come up to that I didn't think of. One of them being that this door sits underneath where I lay down, and because I use such a thin material for the base, it doesn't have a lot of support. So that's why I keep this drill here, so when I do use it, I have that support. So in the future, when I redesign this base, I'll use some supporting wood. But yeah, and then this really just supports itself. It's such a short amount of space, you're really not putting a lot of major weight right here overall. So that works out perfectly. The reason that I needed it to fold was because I wanted to still be able to use the front seat if I wanted to, you know, drive around with someone else, go camping, go snowboarding with a passenger, then I would still be able to use that front seat. I just fold this up, roll up the mattress a little bit, bring the seat forward, and then I didn't extend it this way. The mattress kind of overhangs a little bit sometimes, because then it would be too wide to pull in and out of the trunk, and I wanted this to be modular so that, you know, for whatever reason, if I ever were to want to put the back seats in, I can do it in like 15 minutes. The next piece is this little cabinet I built. Venturhaus CNC'd the parts for me and I screwed it all together. This just sits next to the bed for some storage. And yes, I do have all my clothes and stuff in it. So yeah, this is my cabinet. It sits right here. I could have probably sanded off the edges a little bit better. It does, as you can see, I've kind of worn out the fabric a little bit. I did go through a couple versions of this, and I did, after I CNC'd everything, my dumbass forgot to make this bottom hole big enough to put my Jackery power station in, but we fixed it, no big deal. I did think about kind of drilling everything to where the seat sat. There's a little bolt with a movable metal hinge that I was thinking about bolting the cabinet to the base to the frame of the car, but it really doesn't move all that much. I cut everything to such a precise measurements because it's such a small space that it really doesn't move that much, so I didn't even bother doing that. But this is my Jackery power station. It's dope because then if I'm camping and I have a bunch of people and we're doing a bunch of, I don't know, whatever, this is removable. so I can take it out, use it externally outside of the car, which is great. This, I can charge it while I'm driving, but I really don't have to do that all that often unless it's like a really, you know, consecutive cloudy days. I don't have to do that. And then as you can tell, I just shoved all my clothes up there. This is a phone/tablet mount. I love to have my movies and TV shows, so it's just like a very comfortable, convenient way to watch it in the car. It's just like a tablet mount that I found on Amazon. As you can tell, I have my tablet right here. So that's that. And then as you can see, I just have the solar panel cord coming down, and it just wraps through these cabinets, comes out right here, and plugs in right there. As you can see, I'm getting 136 watts right now. My power bank's at 78%. The bummer thing is I can't charge it with both the car and the solar at the same time. I do have an adapter, but with the Jacker you just can't do two different power sources like that. But that's alright because the solar is really powers it is like overkill, which is exactly what I wanted. This was just a little cabinet that I found on Amazon, which was the exact measurements that I needed because I wanted a little bit more space and I didn't really want to build another cabinet. And I found this, and it took me like a couple weeks to find it, but I fucking found this. Super lightweight, has 3 shelves, was exactly what I wanted. I just keep some of my food and Thai coffee, you know, my Skyline chili, mac and cheese, my silverware plates and stuff, my blender, and I'll usually keep some fruits up here and stuff. And then obviously you can see I got some other storage for my bars, all that good jazz, but that all fits perfectly right there. And then the fridge sits right here, and I built this to house the fridge because I knew that I could lift the fridge up and use storage underneath it. So this fits right in here. And then it just plugs into, but because this cord is so long, it's a little overkill. I'll just tuck it back here. Plug that in. Bada bing, bada boom. Got yourself a fridge. Another thing that I learned after the fact is during the winter, fall, winter, it's not a problem. But in the summer, this thing was using so much power because it was overheating. I had it flush against this, and I didn't put any grate or holes or ventilation. So the vents in the fridge are all around this side. And it was basically just overheating because it wasn't able to vent. So I push it back there, and I just keep some cereal boxes to keep it away from the wall a bit so it can get some better air circulation. And you know, I gotta have my cereal, right? I'm a Midwesterner. I love cereal. My family goes hard on cereal. And then I put this little kickstand table. It just has these latches right here. And this thing is so awesome. As you can tell, it's such a small space, so really like cooking in this car, you have to do it outside. So camping, it's amazing. It's no issue at all. But in the winter and stuff, I'm really not cooking a lot in this right now, eating out more. But having this table space is amazing. I'm thinking about putting another one here, and also thinking about a future design where I could have a pull-out table under the fridge that'll probably come out about yay far or so, because having this amount of space to cook is incredible. It is so nice. This just pops down. My fridge is an Iceco fridge. Yeah, this thing is awesome. It really runs really efficiently. I have it split up into a freezer, fridge. This divider comes out. You can have one or the other, or one fridge, one freezer. Super duper awesome. Absolutely love this fridge. And then I just use a little bit of storage back here. Just a pot and coffee pot. And then I keep laundry detergent, and this is my camping cooking set, pot, pan, cups, silverware. And then I just have some hot dog skewers. And underneath the fridge is where I keep my propane stove. And I just have some extra propane. And this is where the bed will lay. And I'll pull that over now. So, and that is the bed, 6 feet long, and then I can just fold this down. Doesn't really matter which way you want to lay. Yeah, you have plenty of room. I mean, I'm 5'8", and it's plenty of room. It's 26 inches wide, something like that. And then I'll just fold this up, pull out my stove to cook. And then I have more storage underneath, and it's really nice because, you know, usually I'm not driving another person around, and because I have this insane setup with a solar panel, I like to keep a air fryer. So I'll keep this air fryer down there. So I'll keep my air fryer down there. I'll throw a bag there, and then when I need to get into my cabinet underneath here, just roll up the bed. I can get to it no problem. It's also nice because, say if anyone were to break into the car, they're probably not going to check underneath the bed for anything. This cover was just on Amazon for a L couch. Yeah, just for like a long cushion. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's the bed set up. Let me drop this real quick. Bed set up. And then this, you can bend this around so I can watch it from that way, or if the head's down this way. And it's great because, you know, I want to use this thing for snowboarding. Got my snowboarding stuff up here, and I want to be able to crash at different places, but it's so cold in the winter, obviously. But I have window covers. I usually just leave these back ones on, but I got them for the front, so I can pretty much black out my car. And it is such a small space, it keeps the hot air in pretty well. And then I just have a heated blanket that I hook up to the Jackery, and I stay super cozy. And then obviously I have a nice thick sleeping bag. In the summer, you know, you have the screen covers, just roll down the windows and you have a nice breeze. It's sleep like a baby in this thing. It's amazing. And then of course you have the front. This is usually just my work bag, work clothes. Baby wipes always come in handy. Yeah, nothing to the front really. It's pretty easy said and done. Yeah. So let's see. All in all, this build, the wooden build itself probably costs $200. It's such a small space that it's just really just the cost of the wood and some screws. You can cut everything with just like a jigsaw. Luckily, Venturhaus helped me out with some of the cutting and CNC'd some stuff for me. Yeah, and then my Jackery power station was $1,000. Fridge was $500. So was that 15, 700, and then the solar panel was $250, 1950. So if you're doing a setup completely off the grid with all this power you can do, I mean, $2,000, that's a chunk of money, but you can do it way cheaper. You can get a smaller power bank. You can obviously get a smaller solar panel. I thought about doing a flexible solar panel on top of the roof rack, but I just knew I was going to use way more power because I was going to use this car a lot in the winter, and heating devices just sucks up power, and I knew a small power bank and a small solar panel wouldn't do it for me. But that is my Subaru Crosstrek build out. I'm thinking about putting the plans online, basically a blueprint. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. I could whip that together pretty easily. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome because I have a lot of plans for it in the future. It's not permanent. It's modular, so I can switch things up if I want to make this a full bed, or, you know, do more cabinetry, no fridge, all this kind of stuff. It's pretty easy to break down. So yeah, shouts out Venturhaus for making the solar panel possible and helping me with some of the design work.